Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. Obviously, as usual, today we are not going to be talking about anything good in this video because, once again, I'm subject to inciting hatred and violence by the same fascists, we will call them, because they are, no matter how much they want to put anti before their name, it does not hide the fact that you are just as bad as the people you are apparently calling out and spreading rumours about. A few weeks ago, I did a video talking about Norwich Anti-Fascists' Facebook page, who had targeted me and obsessed over me because of my journalism, which, you know, people who have followed me for a while have, or they already know that I do cover a massive range of protests. I've gone from freedom protests to TUC. I've also tried my best to cover like refugees and things like that, though, you know, being in Norfolk, not everything is so close to you, expenses and everything like that. I've also covered Pride as well. So people who have followed me for a while know that I've done a lot of different sort of topics. But that's only focus on the bad side of it. That's only focus on the fact that I report on Nazis and fascists and people who preach freedom, because apparently freedom is bad, and that's something you need to get in your head, people who think freedom is good, because if you believe in freedom, you're a Nazi. So yeah, obviously I'm going to be putting screenshots onto here as well of this Facebook page, because people do keep sending me these things, and to the people who are sending me these things and letting me know, I really appreciate it. I do not like people who cannot say anything to someone's face, right? And this also happened on the protest, which we'll get onto later. But I hate people who can't say anything to their face, to someone else's face, and target them behind a screen or behind their backs to other people for no reason. Just their own entertainment or paranoia, anxiety. Mental health issues nonetheless. So the first thing we'll get from is the Norwich Anti-Fascists post, probably around 5 hours ago now, I'm not too sure, this is from when I'm reading it. Citizen Sid, quote unquote, and her parents were gathering faces of political opponents at yesterday's rally, with her dad calling out whose faces to get burst and strike rally, and promptly left after anti-fascists heckled and followed them. This is a disturbing step up after she was seen swapping details with a member of PA whilst they were protesting against quote-unquote grooming. Pictures in comments in brackets. A few things I would like to pick out from there. We were not gathering faces of political opponents. We were reporting, and I'm so sorry that annoys you. But unfortunately, this is journalism. And it's not journalism how the mainstream do it. It's journalism where we cover all aspects, whether I agree with the protest or not, whether my parents agree with the protest or not. You guys haven't asked us of our own political views. And actually, my dad had a lovely debate with a lovely woman who tried to walk off after he told her that oil is a mineral and not a fossil. So please get your facts right and consider the aspects of your own protest too, as well as the fact that when you guys have a peaceful debate, and we can see this through Correct Not Political's channel, because he does amazing work with Extinction Rebellion, they tend to walk off once you make a good point and instantly call you a fascist, Nazi, etc. It says here, we promptly left after anti-fascists heckled and followed them. No, that's not what happened. We had to go somewhere because we have 3 dogs in our house. I'm very sorry, but these dogs need taken care of. And people who have followed me know that they are a very adorable bunch. We just left. Like, your security stood by the side of the road, sure. Like, they moved to the side of the road, but no one followed us. No one followed us. No one said anything when we left. You actually gave my dad food poisoning at that rally, actually, which I would thank you so much for, because my dad is in a rough shape. So thank you for not knowing, one, how to add mentally. Thank you, because, you know, it shouldn't be really, really hard when you work in a pop-up bar but apparently you need a few more maths lessons because my dad could calculate the price better than you could. And secondly, not knowing how to cook a burger, unless you did that purposely, which then you were just a disgusting human being. Yeah, the only time we actually got heckled was when people walked behind me when I was alone, when they had already walked past me, and all I heard was little whisperings of, fascist, Nazi. No one said anything to my face, and nothing was shouted at me directly. You even had teenagers staring at me because they couldn't keep their eyes off of me. I'm not sure quite why, but I think they need to keep their eyes to themselves, really. As for the swapping details with a member of Patriotic Alternative, I still don't want to join PA, if that's any consolation, after 3 weeks of talking to this person. And he hasn't made any attempt to make me want to even more. Like, I won't say too much because I respect his privacy and I respect the privacy of our talks. But if you'd actually got to speak to any one of the protesters or people even that you are slagging off constantly, you would know that they are actually decent people. They're nice to have a conversation to. Just because their political views, which sometimes are actually blown out of proportion, just because they don't match with yours doesn't mean they're any less of a human, or decent human at that. It's just your assumption and what's being portrayed to you. But I still don't want to join PA. Like, I'll set that straight. And I don't want to be part of any political movement. I want to be part of journalistic, if that's a word, groups. I don't want to be part of anything that is actually a political movement per se. I just want to be a journalist, which is something that people seem not to get into their head, which is very odd. And I'm not saying that Patriotic Alternative is a bad group, nor am I saying it's a good group. I'm not in it. I can't say, because I'm not a member of it. I'm not wanting to be a member of it, nor will I slag off any group just randomly. Only after if I have a bad experience with that group myself. I'm not going to go off any rumours or anything. I'm going to take everything how I take it. Now we'll get on to them taking photos of me during that protest, like some stalker, like some creep. Like, this isn't normal behaviour. You're taking photos of a 16-year-old journalist doing her job. Where is that normal? Why? Why are you taking photos of a journalist who's spreading your protest, who is letting people know? I have people from Germany, from Japan, Sweden. I have people from all over the world viewing my channel who have no idea, and even people from Norfolk having no idea as well, that were glad that I report the things that are happening in the UK, that don't have any idea what some things in the UK and what they symbolise and how important things are to the UK and to certain counties and certain parts of the UK. And they're grateful for me reporting all of this. And they're learning about things that I report. They learn about the Burston Strike School rally. I mean, there's nothing really more to say other than I'm just reporting. Why are you taking photos of a reporter who's spreading the message worldwide at this point? And I could show you the demographic if you really don't trust me that much. That's really the bottom line. Honestly, that's the bottom line, that people, even in the county of Norfolk, had no idea what the Burston Strike School rally was and what even happened and why it was so significant. And surely, as it's so important, especially to you all as well, to have a rally every year, surely you want that message to be spread, and surely you'd want everyone to have that knowledge of what happened. I will say that this is my last time I'm going to reply to these people, because I cannot deal with the same high school girl drama that I used to have 2 years ago. Come on. You guys are grown men and women targeting a 16-year-old who does not care for this. You know, this is going to be the last time I ever reply to you guys. I do not care for it. You guys can obsess over someone as much as you want, because clearly you need to. Clearly, looking through all of your accounts, looking at members of the accounts too, you all need to live your life and stop obsessing over people and get a grip, really, because this is just so immature. It's so confusing to me. Yeah, I don't think I have really, anything else to say on this matter. Norwich anti-fascists, whatever you want to call yourself, and no matter how much you put anti before your name, stop targeting children who are just doing their job. I'm a Norwich reporter, and I actually go to Suffolk sometimes, and I go to London sometimes. I try to go more places, but I'm more reliant on my parents on where I can go. But if you don't like that, if you don't like me reporting on things that you organise and you do that are in the public eye or in the public space, therefore you cannot control whether I report on it or not, stop doing them. If you don't like it, and if you're going to complain that much that your message is being spread, then just stop, because I'm not going to stop. You're not intimidating me. You're just making me laugh at you. And that's probably the funniest bit. And with some of the things that you've said, it does sort of come across as you want me to stop. And you want me to be intimidated. And it's not going to work. It's just going to make me laugh at you. And it's going to make me attend more. So yeah, this is the last time you get my attention, I think. Well, at least, hopefully. Unless, you randomly, commit a massive crime that I can report on. But yeah, this is really, you guys need to grow up. You guys, it's just laughable at this point. It's so immature. Just get out of your high school mindset. Just for a second, just for 5 minutes if you can. Because this is ridiculous, guys. Just move on. If you just do activism, just get on with it. But yeah, their Facebook once again will be put in the description, because not to spread hate. Don't, spread hate towards them. I don't really care if you do. It's your life. You have the freedom of speech. Do what you want. They'll block you anyway. Just because, if this was anyone else, if I was reporting on another group and I was doing it in a positive way, I would still be including their groups. So yeah, I will continue to spread your group, because I am a very strong believer as well is there is no such thing as bad publicity. I'm sure that you sharing my stuff is not bad publicity at all. Oh, also, before I end this video as well, people have actually thanked me as well from your group. They have actually been very thankful, and I have not received any hate from members who were during the rally. I've not received any hate of them directly at all. No emails. I've actually had positive comments from them saying, I was the person, I was this person. Thank you for being there. So yeah, no one's really fussed, So thank you for putting yourselves into light, and hiding yourselves whilst exposing someone who's already out there. Because, it seems like you do have something to hide if you're so upset with me reporting. Have a nice day, evening, night, whatever, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your days.